what's really interesting about AI is that there are really, I would argue, three questions you need to ask yourself when implementing AI safely. One is the intent appropriate? And that's an ethical question. And I know that lots of people have rebranded themselves as AI ethicists, but I would argue that there's no such thing as AI ethics. That, ethics is the study of right and wrong. And as I said, AIs don't have intent, human beings have intent. So the first thing is we need to scrutinize the intent from an ethical perspective. Once it's passed that test, there are two questions you need to ask yourself, and these are safety problems, which is, are my algorithms explainable? So can I understand how it's making its decisions? And that's not just to tick the boxes of the AI EU Act, but it's also to make sure that you're surfacing insights to allow you to make better decisions. And the third question you need to ask yourself, which is really interesting, is not what happens if AI goes wrong. When we build and engineer systems, we often look for failure points and we try to mitigate those failure points. But we now need to ask ourselves, what happens if AI goes very right? What happens if it overachieves its goal? There's been many, many scenarios in the past where we've built solutions for organizations where we've overachieved the objective. But fortunately, before it's gone into production, we've identified actually that it would have caused problems elsewhere across the supply chain. There's an interesting kind of human bias called homophily, which is we as human beings tend to resonate or trust people that look and sound like us. And you can imagine if you let AI sort of loose to optimize itself or optimize ads, you end up creating a world where you have you selling to you. Now that could be enforcing bigotry and biases and social bubbles, and so we need to think about what happens if the AI goes very right and what harm can it cause, and these are things that we ask ourselves every single day.